Wake up, buyer payer people. It's a beautiful day. Go grab yourself another cup of joe and say hello to Jim and Michelle Rhodes on the Buy Here Pay Here morning show. Take it away, you two.
Hey, folks.
Hey, good morning.
Welcome. Happy Friday. It's just barely morning, Michelle.
Good
We
afternoon.
call this a lunch hour show because it's nearly noon Eastern, or it's right at noon Eastern.
Yeah, what it means it's almost 11 for us. So
yeah. So we're just a little bit delayed. So I just kind of went with the lunch theme today. We've done that before, but yeah, today was an opportunity to kind of explain a few things. There's been some developments. There's been some fun progress. There's just been some things to talk about and share. And so today was just a casual opportunity for us to connect with folks and get out there and say hello to the Buy Here Pay Here folks. Kind of let them know what's been going on.
What's been going on? Lots has been going on. Lots on the personal front and the business front and all of that. I know last time, I think, was it the last show that we did that I was not in it?
I think so. Last Friday.
So, and I've just been struggling with some health stuff.
Yeah.
And so it can be a real coming up with things to say that it's just like, that's funnier than like, it's a real crapshoot.
Oh, yeah. That phrase has come up around here before. Like, yeah. So you want to share with them any more about what's going on with that?
Well, during COVID, I guess I'm going back further than you.
Yeah, go ahead. No,
during COVID, I got sick and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And it was hard to get in anywhere. And so I went to an urgent care at University of Utah, and they tested me for a bunch of stuff and said, can't help you. But we'll send the results to your doctor. And this was COVID. It was how many years ago? 6?
That was, yeah.
So I'm still waiting for a return call from that doctor. And so I kind of took things into my own hand and went to go see an internist, and they diagnosed me with ulcerative colitis. And I don't know if any of you out there are familiar with that. It's not awesome. And so we decided to go, I did all the blood tests, got all approved for everything. And we decided to go a holistic route, and instead of doing major pharmaceuticals and stuff. So spent about 1.5 years getting everything kind of settled down. This is before we started podcasting. And it had been in remission for how many years?
4.5, 5 years or something.
4 or 5,
It's been a good while.
Yeah. And so just had a flare up. And so just been dealing with that again, trying to do it the holistic way. I just, I'll stand on my soapbox for just a second. Pharmaceuticals scare the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Because, you watch these commercials and all of that, and it's like, and you will grow a third eye. And if you start vomiting, you should probably, whatever.
It's got to be a joke to watch those commercials.
Yeah. And I remember when they did the blood work, and they said, okay, so you just have to make sure you don't have hepatitis B, A, whatever. And we're going to put you on Humira. And so I, did my research, saw a couple of Humira commercials, did my research. And when I went back in, the doctor was like, okay, so you did just fine. That you don't have hepatitis A, B, I don't remember which one it was. And so we can get you on Humira. And at this clinic, a previous doctor had said, make sure you keep health insurance, because Humira is extremely expensive.
Yeah.
And so, Jim and I sat chatting with her, and I said, I've decided I'm going to go a holistic approach. And because I'd done a lot of research, and I had seen that cannabis was actually something a lot of people had used for it. And so I told the doctor, it's like, I'm going to go this route. And she, just the sweetest thing, patted my hand.
There,
yeah, she's patting my hand, and she's like, I get it. Let's, she'd keep me on something that was like a Pepto-Bismol for that just kind of soothed a lot of stuff. And she says, let's schedule an appointment again in about 3 months. And, and Michelle, you're going to end up having to do this. And I need you to just really settle into, you're going to need the medication.
This is your future kind of.
This is your future. And so I said, well, have other people used cannabis? And she said, yeah. And I said, can you prescribe? She goes, no, I don't have a license to do that. I said, well,
again, this was in Utah.
This was in Utah. I was like, so what's the success rate? And honest to God, the response was, I don't know, because they never come back.
And I think Michelle and I just kind
of,
we thought, well, what is that? Says an awful lot.
It says an awful lot. So yeah.
So it's known. So for those who aren't familiar, UC or ulcerative colitis is it's an autoimmune thing. It's kind of a sister to Crohn's disease.
Yeah.
So it gives you an idea, kind of. And so for Michelle, well, she's been a real trooper through all this. It just
you want to talk about trooper? Jim's like the trooper. He's had to deal with me.
No, it's really a difficult thing because it's like it makes you have to stop what you're doing right in the middle of something.
And
it's very sudden and urgent.
Yeah. And so painful. If I have to get up, as far as like using cannabis because it slows your digestive system down, it has anti-inflammatory, all that kind of stuff. I won't do it before we podcast. Yeah. So it's like, it's a little bit of a balance, so there you go. That's Michelle's update. That's why she's kind of just been out of the picture.
Yeah, that's among the things that's been going on, and kind of why folks have seen, on the holidays we took a break, and now we're kind of a little bit out of sorts and out of our normal kind of sequence here, and that's part of what's been going on. And then it's just been a lot of things where we're that's among the factors where we're working to find ways to allow Michelle to participate less in this kind of day-to-day stuff, and to be able to step into the tracks that where she finds a lot of joy and kind of her life work, if you will. And so that's also been part of the thing is kind of finding the balance and finding ways to hand off some of that. And of course, in the meantime, I've been kind of heads down on a couple of initiatives that are really finally snapping into place. And so it's been, in fact, last night, Michelle, overnight was a huge development for us and really for a lot of people. It's like, and we don't need to go too far into any of those details today. I would just say that the work that we've been doing on the AI side is different. We're going a different direction.
Everyone's doing AI, and rightfully, because it's like, if you're not familiar with what it can do and how it can help, I mean, it changes though faster than like computer systems do.
And I think because of
just constantly growing,
because of the why, the purpose behind White Hat Way, and kind of the the problem that we spend most of our time looking to solve in, right now in our buy here, pay here space is it's naturally what led us to the place where we sort of aimed at a different thing in our build of agents.
And, one of the things that our team said, so like, what is your moat? What is your value prop that other people don't have? And it's just like, after really articulating that, it's like, oh, okay, I get you. Yeah, that makes awful lot of sense. So, we're constantly moving forward on that. And because the White Hat Way mission is actually, you're gonna see us spread out beyond buy here, pay here.
That will happen, and so we'll start to talk more about kind of the direction that we're going in some of those.
And I posted Karen's thing, and so Karen Burnett, love you. Thank you.
Thanks Karen
for that.
So I would say that there's more to come around AI. We'll continue to kind of share this year. The next 6 to 12 months will be a lot of testing behind the scenes. It'll be more quiet. But I can say that what we built, among the words that are used in kind of describing kind of what we've created, is that we built something durable and foundational, so that it gives us a chance to serve a lot of different
Yeah.
elements. And so again, more about that later, but it's
Yeah.
pivotal.
We're
It's really big.
we're aiming to be in beta this year.
Oh yeah.
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 Before too long, hopefully. But
Yeah, there's not a big lift. I mean, I
yeah.
think without getting too technical, like there were some pieces that needed to be, and we talked on the podcast a few weeks ago about some of the pieces that I had completed. Now, overnight, another big stage was completed that allows us to now hand it off in a way that is kind of, now it moves into the tech realm and in a really significant way.
Yeah.
And so this is going to be fun. Again, it's not like you can call us and we can put AI agents to work in your dealership tomorrow. That's not where we're at.
No.
But I can tell you that what we've created has a chance to help lots of dealers for a long time.
Yeah, it's really funny though, because we've been really vocal, and we do have a unique ability to reach a pretty large audience. And
yeah, I think we're up to like 7 or 8.
Right,
now,
exactly. So. I just saw a second ago there were 8 people left.
You don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because we've been vocal about it, we've been contacted by lots of different organizations and people. It's like, hey, tell us about the thing, because we're looking at the thing and there's lots of questions about the thing, which is AI and all of that. And so it's just interesting because we've been really vocal about it. And it's not something that our entire business is not built on the back of that kind of technology. It's like we're bringing technology into something that has a mission. It's like a big mission.
And
so
I think I felt like, cause here I am, a guy in my early 60s, and I feel like I'm late to figure this all out. You see all these people out there.
But then you talk to people.
Yeah, and you talk to people and find out, oh, well, there's a whole lot of people who would have no clue what's happening and how far we're
and you're
down
like,
the
you're
track.
thinking they're pretty savvy, and then they're like, I have no idea what you just said.
Yeah,
and it's like, true. Man, we thought we were kindergartners in this.
That's
and
true.
It's changing, and it's just a lot. Yeah.
Well, and so the good news for us is that we're a little farther down the track than we thought. And of course, AI is new to a lot of people. And but again, our aim is just a little bit different. And so we have just chosen a little different course, and we think that's a prudent strategy for us, because we're long term. I mean, we're the 10-year approach.
Oh
people,
yeah, and we're the squiggly line people, and so most of the vendors out there, the people that have a product to help a business owner, are very straight lined, are very efficiency and all of that. That's why it's compliance and efficiency, and that, and we those are very, very important pieces to a business, and they will be part, but it is primarily squiggly lines, building community, building relationships, building trust.
Yeah, as you and I talked about this morning, I can't say that I'm a person who, well, everybody who's watched the podcast for more than 5 minutes knows that I'm very emotional, right? I get emotional easily. And
he had to show me. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting you really quick. He was showing me a clip from Joe Rogan podcast with Jelly Roll on it.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And how Jelly Roll started getting really emotional about his weight loss journey, and he started crying. And Jim's like, at first he's like, you have to watch this, and then Jelly Roll starts crying, and Joe Rogan's like, dude, it's okay to show emotion, and Jim's like, see,
yes, see. Yeah, so I just own it. There's not much point in hiding from it. But I think the thing that I was getting at with the AI side is that I'm emotional, but I don't understand all the elements of emotional intelligence. But I was able to, in our build of the AI thing, part of what I was able to contribute to the thing was we framed out what a white hat way AI agent would look like, then had ChatGPT come to me and ask me all the questions, say, these are the pieces that we currently are missing in order to really build what you envision. And so it started feeding me the questions. The result was 6 modules that are now constructed fully and ready to go. And so
not modules that are going to dealers, but modules that are going to help, that are helping to build the framework.
They're the core DNA
and the core DNA of all this. And it's
We've been very purposeful. We've built it in
very.
a way that developers can take it and run with it. But I think the emotional intelligence piece is where
Mhm.
I was able to answer
A lot.
questions in a way that ChatGPT brought the emotional intelligence. And I think, and you saw in
Mhm.
what we just went through this morning, is that it is really dialed in terms of it took all the best parts and even picked up some things that we didn't necessarily expressly put in there, and it
It's
has built something
amazing
amazing,
how
simply
it's
incredible.
like when you start to really develop
Yeah.
your, because I mean everyone has access to Chat GPT, to Gemini, to Grok, to all of that. There are
Mhm.
free versions, there are paid versions, and it's just amazing as that platform gets to know you, how it fills in the gaps,
Mhm.
and in a way that it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I hadn't even, okay,
Right.
that was something that I was blind to. It was in my,
Right.
and
Right.
yeah, and it'll just fill it in because it has a different understanding of all of the things that
Right.
are involved, and yeah, it's just it is
Yeah.
really, really quite amazing. And it's one thing that is I love about it, and we've been playing a little bit with Gemini as well, is just asking Gemini, so um what are the optics on what it is that we're doing?
Yeah.
And it was like, you guys got a lot. There's a lot out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot that we can draw from, pull in to help to develop
Around the
some
brand
around the
awareness.
brand and some of the conversation
Right.
too.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's really rich. And so
Mhm.
this is me excited. Remember, sometimes I have to remind people, this is my excited face. This is what I look like when I'm excited. But Michelle can tell you, I was super excited about last night. It started, the floodgates started open last
Oh
night.
my gosh, you came in
And
a couple of times. It's like, oh, this is so
yeah,
amazing.
I
And I
actually
was
stayed
like,
up for a little
excellent.
bit last night
You
and kind of
did. You were
pulled all the pieces.
late. It
Yeah,
was
I pulled
almost
a lot of pieces.
midnight.
Well, I've been waiting for days for this part to get finished. And so once I could
Yeah.
kind of flip the switch and it started to flow,
Mm-hmm.
then I was eager to get in there and see,
Yeah.
is it really done? Is it
Yeah.
really, ready? And
Yeah.
of course, you know, it's it's better done than perfect, but
Yeah.
this is so near to perfect
Yeah.
in my mind of
Yeah.
what I envisioned when we set out to this. It far exceeds what I
Yeah.
really set out to create.
So part of, if we can move on to the
Yeah.
next bit, so AI done,
Mhm.
check,
Yeah.
is podcasting. And we are, we've always had White Hat Way, or White Hat Wednesday,
Mhm.
and we're really making a break. That the We don't know for sure if it's going to be a Wednesday thing or what, but we're breaking off White Hat Ways
Mhm.
as a podcast in its own,
Right.
away from the Buyer Pair Morning Show.
Yeah.
And so we'll have both of them going, but White Hat Ways will not be specific to Buy Here, Pay Here.
Yeah, it'll be kind of
Mhm.
broad, all the things
Yeah.
that are outweighs in
It's
business
about
and
business and
personal.
customers and all of that kind, and personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things you're going to
So,
hear from us is
yeah.
we're just kind of leaning in on this.
Mhm.
This is our method of coaching. What Jim and Michelle really bring is sort of
Mhm.
the life and family part of coaching in addition to business. And so
Yeah.
this is a year where we bring those things together. We talked weeks ago about this being a year of intention, for us
Uh-huh.
being more intentional about how we step forward. And this is the right time for us
Yeah.
to step more into that kind of comprehensive coaching and storytelling. Will be,
Mhm.
the podcast track will do that. And so we're having fun reaching out to others that will also play a role in all of
Yeah.
that. And so it's a way, and people will hear everything that people hear will certainly
Yeah.
apply in their own world of buy here, pay here,
Yeah.
right? The people who've been with us on the buy here, pay here side, that it'll still apply.
Yeah. And we've kind of toyed with this. We've talked about it, and we do have a couple of other podcast channels, some that are more developed than others, based on the topic and all of that, and this has been one that is it's been needing its own individual voice
Mhm.
for a while.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're excited about that. And I'm like right now working on just a lot of the pretties that
Yeah.
go with the thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be a good thing. So
Sure.
we've got AI, we've got podcast.
A couple of other
That's-
things.
yeah.
Some quick mentions on the V8 dealer groups. We spent time at the first of the year here, especially our January meetings, getting feedback from our
Mhm.
members, and that has allowed us to kind of tweak the format a little bit. We've kind of, some
Mhm.
of our groups have voted to move to a daytime meeting as opposed to evening, which will be interesting to see how that works. And then
Mhm.
the other thing is that we've added a quarterly element. So we introduced just this week a quarterly kind of deep dive on expenses. We'll dig into operating expenses in
Mhm.
all of our V8 meetings, and that lets us, because we're only a 90-minute meeting monthly, you often don't have time to cover all the pieces or
Yeah.
dive. So by pushing operating expenses to an extended format in a quarterly basis, and then we'll also be doing some of our trend analysis and kind of goal setting
Mhm.
around a quarterly sequence. And so that's part of what's kind of evolving in that way. So
Mhm.
all good stuff. We continue to work on that. We've kind of worked to simplify some of what because we have a ton of data points. And
Yeah.
so the other
Yeah.
feedback we got is we'll simplify and kind of hit the
Yeah.
high levels.
There will continue to be growth in V8 and that I guess you would say that it's like one of the more straight line parts of what we do.
Yeah.
And yeah, there'll be continue to be growth in that. And Jim's always, he gets so dang excited that he'll be like, I've been meaning to build this thing, and then he'll be heads down for a few hours, sometimes a whole day, and then come out on the other side and he's like, you need to see this. I am not a numbers nerd. But I can appreciate I really do.
Yeah,
And so
I'm not into gardening, but you show me gardening things.
I do.
I'm not. This is not. You guys aren't going to witness a fight. There's not going to be a fight. I'm just.
Yeah. So I do. I get excited with him because that's like some really cool and important things that.
It's ways to help me to. We're in visualize for myself. I mean, you saw in our most recent conversation about that. There were things that I saw visually that, oh wow, I didn't even recognize that this was a trend with this particular dealer. So it's helpful. I want to share a couple things on our poll results.
Okay.
We've got, if you want to share I'm going to share a screen here and can get it up there. Are you seeing my?
Yeah, I can.
Can you just share it where we can see this post?
Yeah.
So this particular, I guess I need to share first the thread. So book values on the 29th of January, I put a poll that says book values on BHPH sold units in your DMS. How do you get them, if at all? And mixed results. Some people said they have an add-on in their DMS. Some people said it's included with their DMS subscription. 37% was the largest group, said we don't do that at all. And I was able to share in our V8 because I started having these conversations with our V8 people. And we had a bonus session on our V8 Plus track on LTV. And so the part of what's going on here is we're talking about LTV. And I shared in that group that I asked one of our groups of larger operations, portfolio size 500 to 2,000 accounts. And I remember one evening I asked, how many of you are tracking or watching LTV? And virtually none of them look at LTV. Yet, the reason it's important to me and the reason we're going to work to incorporate that data into our reporting on an ongoing basis is because we've seen scenarios, and the one I give most often is we were working with a dealer that darn near did not get their credit line renewed because their LTV ratios had moved too wide. And I'm not kidding you, after probably almost 20 years with the same lender, they almost did not get their credit line renewed.
And,
so this is an example of real world stuff where, it may not matter to you as a dealer. In fact, it doesn't matter to most dealers. But we have to ask ourselves, why does it matter to the lenders? Why does it matter to the bulk buyers?
And most dealers out there have a lender in the picture. And so
or even if they don't, the thing I always say is, look, we need to have liquid value in our business.
That's
And so
absolutely,
we need to know
because
what that exit liquid
yeah.
value looks like. And while we don't have any
hmm
plans to exit,
Yeah.
if circumstances should change, we need to know what we own in terms of its marketability.
hmm
And this is why I
hmm
think LTV is going to become important. And so I think this is
hmm
why we're going to continue is, you can have data and not use it. But I think
hmm
what we want to show is, what that can mean. But let me take you to the other poll. Let's see, I have to go back and share that, I guess, myself. One moment. So make sure I'm sharing the right one.
I'll do a song and dance. No.
Oh, that's the wrong
Okay.
one, actually. That's the one we just
We
looked
don't know
at.
at all.
Okay, so if I think I have to change my sharing settings. So
Okay.
I'll get it.
Okay.
The other one was on, let's see, I'm trying to remember now. I have to get it on the screen to remind myself. Oh, yeah. What percentage of your BHPH customer base owns or is buying a home instead of renting? Are you seeing that on the screen now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I am.
So I don't know how many people have data. Obviously, if you have a CRM that captures some of that information in the application stage, you might have some actual data there. But this is one of those where I felt like I knew where the answers would land, but I don't want to guess about anything. I just will
Yeah.
ask the people. And we had, pretty high participation, like 59 people responded to this poll that went out on the 30th. And they said 79% of the people said it's less than 10% own a home.
It would be interesting to me, just because, that's the kind of numbers nerd I am. It would be interesting to me to see how that has changed and shifted because of the current economics, the economic climate that we're in, where foreclosures are like rampant across the US.
Okay.
And how that is, they're seeing more people because of the economy needing buy here, pay here that own a home.
Yeah. I think this
yeah.
is reflective of, I think, for people who are not in the buy here, pay here space. And to really understand kind of what is different about this business, this is kind of what often in buy here, pay here, the customer base is called unbankable, right? They don't qualify for conventional financing. So it stands to reason that they're not going to qualify for a mortgage. Now, there can be a couple of different things that would put people in this 10% bucket where they would actually have some home ownership. Some of the dealers who commented said, our customers claim that they own a home or they're staying with somebody else, whatever. But the reality is, what we're trying to figure out is what percentage actually have their name on a mortgage or own their home outright, even if it's trailer home. But what this says is most of them are renting, as we suspected. And this is, far from a scientific poll, but it's really just important to recognize that, it's part of the customer base that we serve. And it's important to just kind of keep a lens on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I don't know that I've got anything else.
Well, I wanted to, there was an article I read yesterday in CNN. And it was around how repos are the highest that they've seen since 2008.
Okay.
So it's like repo rates for autos, really, really high. And there was a senator that was talking about, we need to make sure that they were going to do an investigation and look into, are people being, are they being taken advantage of? And are businesses repoing rightfully? And we are currently in a administration or whatever, that the CFPB is not it's not out there being as scary, showing their teeth like they were. It's probably a good idea, even though the teeth have been taken out of that for right now, that we would just be aware that there's conversation happening right now on Capitol Hill around this trend. And it's not a trend that is, it can appear really predatory, but it's like in the current economic climate, that's just, there's reasons why it makes sense that those numbers are going up. But just, heads up to all you. It was in CNN, I think, yesterday.
Right.
That they talked about it.
Yeah. And one last thing, I had a conversation with Brent Carmichael, first time I've connected with him in a good while.
Yeah.
And,
great
so,
guy. Just
where
really,
he's,
really
some of
appreciate
you
him.
know, I don't need to share the particulars about his situation, but he was out of moderating for a time. Now he's back, and and of course they're heading into convention time. And I met with him. The reason I bring it up now is I shared with him that I would send in some
they want us there.
some convention topics,
Yeah.
some session topics. And so I'll probably put out a poll to see what dealers would most like
What
to
would
hear.
you like to hear?
And we'd like to know if folks are planning to attend that. I know we've got BHPH United between now and then. So a lot of our buy here, pay here dealers will be there. But we certainly hope and expect to see a lot of buy here, pay here folks at the NIADA convention, which is in Denver this time around. And so look forward to that. So
it's not that far from where we're at.
No, and we'll have Brent back sometime probably in late March, something, talk about the agenda once it's kind of dialed in. And so we'll have him come and talk to us. But looking forward to that. Yeah.
All right. What else we got?
I think that's it. I got to get to the golf course. I'm going to play golf. I haven't played. It's supposed to be like 75 degrees.
I guess I've been asking the local. You're gonna it's 70 degrees for next week. Yeah. I get excited to start.
Weekend before last, we were -3. So,
it was miserable.
Get used to the swings.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us. And let us know too. If there's if you don't see the poll, reach out to us. Let us know if there's something that in particular you would like to have Jim speak about at the NIAD conference. So, all right. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks again.
Weekend. See ya.